everybody, welcome to the program. I just picked up this brand new book called Dustin Groove's Adventures in Record Collecting, and I had the rare opportunity to sit down and talk to not only the creator, but the editor of this fine book. So let's check it out. We're here at Sonos Studios in LA with Eilon and Sheila for Dustin Grooves.
Yeah, so we had two parties here. Today is the second party. It's a more chill daytime party.
But it's like a book tour. You're all around the country and Europe.
A lot of the collectors that have been in the book DJ at the parties.
It's really a nice way to connect the images in the book and the stories and then the actual collector playing their collection.
I'm very happy that it's happening like this.
How many photos you got up around here?
I think like 35.
So let's talk about this book, because that's why we're here.
It started out as a need for me to do something productive with my time. I moved to New York from Israel in search for, a big career as a photographer, and I arrived exactly at the wrong time. 2008, the big recession. I just found myself in record stores, and the abundance of vinyl in New York was much higher much more deeper than what I had in Israel. So I guess that's what inspired me to start photographing record collectors. People started reacting to the fact that they can actually see other people's rooms and then the items in it. I guess I was onto something new that I wasn't even realizing. So one profile led to the other, and I started blogging about it, and more and more reactions, more people encouraging me, and I think the reaction of the vinyl community encouraged me to continue.
I was reading his blog and drooling over it basically, because this was a place where I could see serious record collectors and their collections. And I'm a record collector myself. I've been collecting for 18 years. I'm also a feminist, and I like to see, women in this game, and there's not many of them. So on Dustin Grooves, I saw a few other female collectors. I was like, yeah, he's profiling the girls. And so I was like, hello, sir. I would really like to be involved in this project as well. Let me know if you're interested. He got in touch, and he came and he shot my collection. I told him that I do a lot of, music writing. And so he had a situation where when he was doing the book, an editor didn't happen. And so he kind of called me last minute saying, listen, would you be down for editing this book? I was like, that is exactly what I'd like to do with my life.
Well, but before that you were like, oh yeah, all right, tell me more about it. You were very casual about it, or walk me through it, persuade me that why should I do this? She was like,
okay, you have to, of course you have to play, you can't just be like, that's my dream job, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to sit and just hang.
Play it cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell him, but this is always what I wanted to do.
So this book happened because of a Kickstarter.
We did a Kickstarter in 2012, ran for a month, and we reached our goal in 2.5 weeks. We aimed at $27,000, and then we ended up with $43,000, which was amazing. That's when things changed for me, because it wasn't really the money, it was just the support and the belief in the project.
When I was talking to a lot of the other collectors, one thing that kept coming back was your photography work. It's artfully done. You could so easily fall into the trap of just someone holding up an album.
Yeah.
But you found all these different ways to showcase the personality of the collector with their collection in their space.
Yeah. And that was a real challenge.
Tell me about this book.
It's about people who collect records and their adventures. This book is kind of like a combination of two passions of mine, photography and records. It's divided into two. The photo section, which is the main section, which is just like a flow of photos and captions, but then after you flip 270 pages, it becomes the interviews. So I didn't want the book to be like this. I want it to be like a photo book. But then this is really important, the full interview. So that was the only way to do it, and it's great.
We go a little more in depth. What percentage is material that we haven't seen on the blog?
Maybe 35-40% is not on the blog, but we keep releasing it.
We just thought this is a loyal readership, and we don't want to
restrict it.
Yeah, restrict it. We just want to give them the full shebang. I think one thing about Dustin Grooves is you get such in-depth interviews with the big time guys, and so I think people actually read these interviews and hold notepads and take notes on the records and the collections.
I personally I'm proud of you very much.
Man,
because seriously,
man.
It's so nice to see someone of talent have an idea and then have it come out, and it's being very well received.
We just found out that it got 5-star review on Record Collector magazine.
I would expect no less, but it's very good to hear that. That's awesome.
yeah, this whole thing is kind of like, you know, like a dream come true.
Well, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Lovely to meet you.
Well, I had a fantastic time at the event. It was so cool to hang out with Eilon and Sheila and talk about vinyl and just be around all the other collectors and DJs. I want to thank Sonos Studios for putting it on. I want to thank Eilon and Sheila and everyone who put this book together because it's fantastic. It really is a love letter to vinyl collecting and the vinyl community, and I feel it really showcases both of those things well in a way that I don't think has really been done in photographic form. The book is over 400 pages, features over 130 collectors and their collections, and on top of that, it's just a fantastic photo book. I encourage you guys to check it out. Go to dustandgrooves.com, go through some of the interviews, see what it's all about, and then if you feel like it, go ahead and order the book because you won't regret it. Trust me, it is that good. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, I am your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Oh yeah, this is my favorite part right here. Yeah, it's like gatefold book.